All right, hello there, YouTube. So this is Mr. Pokemon 907 once again, and as you can see from the title, I'm speaking about something that hasn't been announced, hasn't been is speculation at this point, but I am going to be stressing on the how and why this is one most likely going to happen, and two, it's going to be way more profit margin than even Nintendo could imagine. Why and how it is a perfect move. It's definitely something that Nintendo should jump on the bandwagon with, and definitely with it fully. When you've got a car that's like hitting into full gear and it does a little pickup, it does a little hiccup, little hesitation before it actually kicks into full speed in that full gear. Like the Switch 2 is the acceleration start of the next gear, and I would say the Switch 2 Lite would be the pickup. All right, and it wouldn't make sense at first, but as I go ahead whilst I'm playing, I'm gonna go ahead and play some Pragmata. I don't even think I set the I don't think I have this. All right, I don't think I have this as, oh god, oh my god. So I just took the stand and that it stands on, and I freaking shut it completely just now. I want it barely standing up. Barely, just barely. I'm still setting the screen. I don't know if you can, that's the beauty of YouTube, I guess. I don't know if you can fast forward until I'm done with this, but that's what I'm doing right here. I should have been doing this before I started the video, of course, but this is fine too, I guess. Alright, nice. Alright, so I'm going to be playing some Pragmata, of course. You can see that from the video title. Also, the beauty of YouTube, you know what you're watching on the get-go. This isn't a random live stream. Alright, so yeah, my account, and let's go. Alright, so I'm playing in handheld mode. This is not a television. This is the actual Switch 2 screen that I'm playing on. I'm playing from. Alright, let me get my seat here. Alright, so I'm going to play this demo from beginning to end, similar to what I did with the Final Fantasy VII Remake demo. If you knew nothing about that and that gets you all hyped and excited, go ahead and play it. Come back and watch this video right after. So yeah, Final Fantasy VII Remake also has a demo, but yeah, the experience, I'd say, and the performance you get with this thing. So I beat this in 25 minutes and 18 seconds already, and that was me playing on my own time, like no video being recorded. So I guess I could do close to that. So this could definitely end up being a really short video. Let's see if we can do it again. Maybe end up 40 minutes if anything, because I'm gonna pause, hesitate here and there. I'm gonna be talking quite a bit. I think, all right, so Delphi suit, Scribble suit, yeah. So when you complete the demo, you can actually unlock a suit, apparently. So that's what I'm doing right here, just changing the suit on one of the characters. Not sure what it did. So standard, start game in standard difficulty. This mode is recommended for players who like action games. This is the normal difficulty setting. The difficulty can be changed to casual when incapacitated. Okay. Yeah. Alright, so I think I've got this a bit loud. And she's just casually drawing. The display speed is amazing, especially after 22.1.0. So they're teaching you how to aim and fire. ZL as aiming, and yeah. And she's the like full guns of the operation. You'll see what I mean soon enough. Alright, so back onto the topic of this video while it's playing. You can read this and stuff on your own time. You can easily pause the video and read it. Yeah, so basically the A, B, X, and Y buttons are used like directional whatever for the cursor once you're hacking the, yeah. Alright, so its defense is way down after hacking it. She just hacked it for us. Luna Filament is real as hell. I'm quite sure it's something that they're working on in real life. I do talk like that a lot. Get used to it. So press R8 before an enemy's attack to temporarily slow down time. Just easily hack. Gotcha. Ooh, barely held on there. Gotcha. So yeah, that's a quick dodge, the R button that they were speaking of. But yeah, so there are two things that factor into what I call sales marketing, and you know, the difference between getting a lot of sales and not getting any at all. All right. So the first thing that factors into that is quality. All right. So I spoke about that, the video that I just uploaded a few minutes ago, or a few hours ago, whatever it was. I uploaded some game and talk discussion video, and I was rattling on about the days, you know, things are gonna change a lot for me, more than likely. Depends on how I go about this and what I do, especially. But yeah, you know, people are gonna have their own ideas of what you should be doing, and you know, parents, family, people, and these days are really different, and there's hardly anyone in this world that made a major difference and was, I would say, like amazingly so achieving in this life without doing things that everyone around them thought was total shit or was weird or was crazy. They're making the wrong choice. I kid you not. I'm in that road right now. I'm one of those smart kids, prodigies, whatever you call it, from young, and I was picked on, misunderstood, the same thing. All right, but there are two factors. One is quality, and we all know, since it was discussed in the video before as well, the Switch 2 is a portable, just like the Switch 1 is, and the Switch 2. Yeah, so just dodge that. Gotcha. So the quality is the fact that now the Switch 2 is so dang powerful that you basically have what the Switch 1 was doing, right, in your hands. The Switch 1 was way less powerful as its handheld mode. Like when you played it in your hand, it was way less powerful, and it was way more powerful once you took it and placed it in the dock and played it on TV. But now you have that dock experience from the Switch 1 in your hand, right? As well as, I would say, next gen PS4 quality, PS4 quality-esque, or PS4 Pro. There was a PS4 Pro, right? Yeah. In the handheld mode, when you play like Street Fighter 6 and you know, I said GTA 6 in my previous video, but no worries about that. All right. So the system is powerful as hell, so that's quality. And the next thing that factors in is what few people should know about. I don't think this is something that every normal person discusses or studies. If that's the case these days, then we live in a really different world. But what I call psyop operation diagnostics, or whatever the case. All right, so it's like the mental status of the actual average person or majority of people in that time, or whatever time you're selling whatever product. You've gotta is like, most common people might see it as you using people and like, you know, being an evil puppeteer, but really and truly it's necessary in any form of marketing and branding. You've got to be able to do something that adheres to the wants, and not just needs but the wants and the personality of the people at that time. All right, so we have we're in a day where the prices is always skyrocketing. People are gonna naturally need some sort of, before, you always looked at someone who bargain hunts for every single thing in the store as a weirdo. But these days, those people are going to be like dying superheroes, man. In the sense that, uh-huh, in the sense that they've been doing that for decades. Maybe it's always been normal to them. So they'd always, know that these days definitely demand that you knowing how to find a bargain and stuff like that. They're gonna be in way more. Yeah, this still looks nice as hell, doesn't it? Right? Looks good, especially with these settings that I'm using, right? An attack unit specializing in frontal suppression that fires powerful close range shockwaves. Alright, so what? Okay, so the grip gun. Let's switch over to it. Ooh, ooh. Got him. Got him. Reloading. Got him. So the psyop here is the bargain, right? And like I was saying, the Switch 2 is far more powerful now compared to the Switch 1. So you could easily go ahead and literally play Switch 1 games at their full best in handheld mode with your Switch 2. What is the sense? If you're someone who maybe, you don't have the most money, whatever else it is, and you're not buying every single Switch 2 game as it launches, and you already have a bunch of Switch 1 games, and you just want to experience them, like there's Switch 2 updates that are free for some of them. There's the Animal Crossing one. That's free, is it? Well, there's the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet update. Then there are quite a few. All right, and you just want to experience that, and you don't want to have to go ahead and buy every Switch 2 game. You already have a bunch of Switch 1 games. What the hell is the sense then of playing it on a TV? Because it's gonna look just as good in the handheld, sometimes in a lot of cases even better, right? Because the resolution is way smaller, it's not going to be stretched like it gets on the television. It's going to be to its raw 1080 or whatever resolution the Switch 2 goes up to, the Switch 1 I mean goes up to, right? And then there's the bargain in it. The Switch 2 Lite, when they go ahead, they definitely should. Nintendo, if you're watching my vid, you need to get onto this. It is more than profitable if you do. I do say, like, I need to get into this marketing stuff, don't I? Who says I'm not already? No worries about that, details. But really and truly, I hate these things. Let's just get this over with. Shockwave. Reloading. Gotcha. It was still good enough. So really and truly, the quality is more than good enough, even in handheld mode, for Switch 1 games. And it is decent enough. So these days, you're going to have a lot of people. So this is someone who was speaking about how boring it is. Things at the solar plant are, in a word, quiet. Yeah, how boring it is in the base that they're working on, in moon base. Alright, so things at the solar plant are, in a word, quiet. Grunts like us show up in the morning and check out what the bots have planned for the day, and then we spend the rest of the shift trying to look busy. Gets you thinking, we're both engineers, but you ended up on the front lines of lunar development, and me, Wish it could be out there too. Yeah, some of the whole ear repair suit integrity. There's some unit packs that we collect. Yeah. So so what I was saying is the Switch 2 has more than enough power for Switch 1 games, and the Switch 2 games run really well because this is a Switch 2 game. This is not a Switch 1 game, not for hell, and it is gorgeous still yet on the Switch 2. Gorgeous. If it's a bit dark, then that's just the style. You turn the brightness up on your screen, whatever device, and you'll see what I mean. You see, it just is a bit. I'm giving it more a realistic effect for its lighting. That's what I'm doing here. All right, so just drop. All right, collect these. Yeah. So when does happen because of the days we live in, where people are more so looking for bargain. People just want quality for their pick, the best quality they possibly could have. You're playing basically PS4 Pro or around PS5 quality in handheld mode, 60 hertz, or mostly, not the entire game. There's some parts that drop, that has been confirmed, like when you're in heavy like firepower scenes and stuff like that, like heavy gunshots and stuff going off in a Resident Evil Requiem that recently launched, for example. Like, the frames do drop a bit, but this is one of the games that I can confirm is fluent, beautiful, amazing. You see how easily I'm going through here, no hiccups. Just look at the motion, the animation. Everything is up to snuff. I mean, this isn't a heavy. I'm not in the city of the downskirts on Earth. I call it downskirts, the downtown city. So I'm gonna drop right here. Although what I want to do, I want to get to that platform. So mind you, this is a discussion video, so I'm giving myself more time to speak also, I guess. All right, so the quality is more than good enough, and people are gonna bite in for it more. I'm quite sure whatever ends and bits of people didn't get a Switch 2 yet because maybe they've been holding on to their money for budgeting purposes. That's the best word to use these days. People are really in a hiccup. We had COVID a few years back. COVID hit people hard. There was a lot of companies that had to shut down and or budget themselves more than they ever had to in decades. That's been all in the papers, articles all over the world. This is real talk. This is not me making anything up. I'm telling you, right? So because of that, right, the Switch 2 Lite, when it does get made, I'm quite sure it's going to make more sales than the original Switch 2 because it's going to pick up those people who definitely didn't have the Switch 2 because it's, expensive. And it's also going to pick up people possibly who already have a Switch 2. And, there's some people that, literally, there are people like that as well. who might get a Lite also because, they're Pokemon, they need something they could easily trade with. Stuff like that and other reasons. But yeah, you're gonna get. I'm quite sure this is a prediction. This is not a freaking. This is more than likely going to happen. Nintendo does create that Switch 2 Lite because it is a Switch 2 that people have been questioning this magnet thing, like the actual Joy-Cons, now the controllers. I'm flicking them right now. The release button at the back of them is really flicky. That's really nice, to be honest. Alright. That has our restore power to Luna base, reach the top of the facility. You see this is 19 minutes in, not bad at all. Our stasis net. Yeah, that holds them in place. You can use another gun and just fray their arses. So cool. Yeah. So I've got 3 weapon types now on me. I don't think I need it. Because this gun is something else, but dang it. Gotta wait for new hat to load. Gotcha. Alright, so going around this way. So yeah, the so the system is more than powerful, and it has the graphics, everything else, but the controllers, that's the one thing that some people don't like up to this day. They're, how should I say, finicky. Actually they're amazing, but is the fact that, you know, when you snap them on like the Switch One, that was actually way more fragile, and the Switch One Joy-Cons, you know, because they slid on, and I know a lot of people that they've got Switch Ones that the after a while the Switch Joy-Cons are very flimsy, but these actually snap on with some strength. But also, like, when you pick up your system from the side, sometimes you might do that, like you can feel it kind of twisting off slightly, and people get this weird idea that, you know, over time it's going to get weaker and weaker because they're magnets, and the same thing is going to happen. I doubt that, but imagine a Switch 2. This thing already feels nice in my hand, I'm going to admit, but imagine a Switch 2 that it does not have those, you know, these magnets on the side. It's just one sleek, gorgeous. If you've never felt held a Switch 2 in your hand, this Switch 2 has this nice, smooth, matte finish to the material it uses. Imagine that, but no weird nudges, like no weird nudges, and on the edge of it feeling odd right there. Weird, the magnet Joy-Con snap on, and it's just this complete smooth system. Maybe they could actually give it, there's some systems that have like a little like grip area where your fingers would rest in, similar to how the game grip is for the Joy-Cons that you actually snap the Joy-Cons to when you're playing handheld mode and stuff like that, or on your television. Imagine that. That would be amazing, wouldn't it? That's one plus. Then there's the fact that, alright, let me speak.
Handle them too, and with Edith managing the lot, they're always there when you need them.
What should we do? It's just so much easier to let the walkers handle it.
Well, I mean, there's still plenty of work that only a human can do, like thinking up new innovations or new business ventures.
The fact that these games run so well in handheld mode, this is not what happens when you put a Switch or a Switch 2 into its dock. It packs a lot more power in TV mode, and that gives it a better frame rate, display speed. That's the display speed, how fast it runs per second on the screen. You get better resolution for games, like the resolution, the picture quality and stuff in it. Street Fighter 6 and other games that are on the Switch 2 exclusively are a lot better on TV, but yeah, so they're still amazing in handheld. I do have to say, like, is what they did. It was, you could easily see the difference with the Switch 1 games back then. This is what I'm getting at right here, but with the is amazing what they did with the Switch 2, because now when you compare TV mode and, so I've got to pick one, Charge Piercer. Yeah, and replace it. So with the Switch 1 games, you could easily tell if it was docked or or handheld mode. Now, when you look at the Switch 2 games, you've got to look at them really closely to tell the difference, and that is amazing. That's really good work. So since the handheld quality is good enough, that you've got to actually steer at the screen to be like, oh wait, that's handheld mode, right? Isn't that? And you're still not sure? That is amazing as hell, I tell you. Yeah, Yeah, then that little ear dash burst is how you get right across. Yeah. So the fact that the handheld play is that good, even with Switch 2 games, like there are a lot of people who would be content. I'm telling you with this, what I'm playing right here, more than content. Especially people who grew up on Nintendo. These sales are gonna be really good, and yeah. If I've been getting all the bucks every single year, every single month, I would definitely think about getting the Switch 2 Lite as well, to be honest. Just the smooth, and maybe have the Switch 2 in the room and it never leaves there. And the Switch 2 Lite is what I'd be like traveling around with, because I never have to worry about disconnecting or reconnecting my Joy-Cons, cleaning them. I never have to worry about, oh, my Joy-Cons are still in the bag, I've got to get them out. What am I gonna sync with? My controller synced by mistake in the bag, and stuff like that. You understand? Yeah, so it's gonna be way better. By a lot of means, things that people aren't thinking about right now, I think ahead of time, like big time. There we go. Get this elevator going. This is what, like 26 minutes, barely making it to 30.
Intruders detected. Please remove them from the premises.
Oh boy.
Something's aiming at us.
I know, I see it. Whoa. Dang it. This thing here. Alright. So you can barely tell the difference with Switch 2 games now between the dock and handheld mode. That's what I've been getting at just now. And that is amazing. And that is also a way even a Switch 2 Lite would be a definite must buy. You understand me now, don't you? Exactly. Ugh. Huh? Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm sure you pressed it right. You saw the screen, you saw them moving, didn't you, right? Alright. So this is stasis net I just dropped. Was it say in particular? Cannot obtain because your ammo is full.
Oh, finally.
Then the font is nice. I'm not like right in front of the screen, and I can still easily read it. The size of the letters and stuff like that on the screen. Alright, so got some items over here. This reminds me of EX Troopers, but more modernized. And yeah, if you don't know what EX Troopers is, they released it on the PlayStation 3 years ago exclusively in Japan, and at the Nintendo 3DS right after, like a few years. I think it was simultaneous. I can't remember exactly, but yeah, it released in the 3DS as well. And I'm thinking about doing that for YouTube, somehow recording that sometime in the future. I'm not sure. Multi-hack. No, I'm not sure if I want to add this or... So how do we progress? I played this already, like I said, but I'm still... There's parts of games that, because there's so much that I'm thinking about, every day, so much on my mind at once. There's certain details that I'm actually lost right now. This happens to people, right? We're not perfect, are we? Am I? Alright, so what is this? Yeah, no, it makes sense. Why? You gotta go at this terminal and not obvious at all.
Lockdown disengaged. Reconnecting primary power.
She just hacked the system by raising her hand and connecting with the display and monitor and setting the system forward.
40%.
These robots, suppose all these robots and everything, they've been sending things up into space. Like that's the theory that I have, the idea that I have. All these things that they're showing us in video games these days are real, and the idea is to show us so that we don't believe that they're real just because they're in a video game or on TV.
registered guests.
we're gonna tell ourselves, suppose all this is like real, like right now, and that's why they're implementing some of the robots on Earth, like they have delivery robots and all that shit. This is real. I'm quite sure this has to be real. And they're just slowly, like, slowly introducing people to these things because maybe something happened and they have no choice but to implement it on Earth as well. All the technology that they've been keeping to themselves.
Any idea what the hell this is? If it's not one of your
Dang it.
priorities, then I guess we can just go in blasting. Now it's my turn.
This part wasn't the easiest because you gotta be avoiding all these. Yeah. But it's definitely still fun, I guess. Got all of them?
Where did you get all those missiles? Lucky us, right?
Dang it. I think I've got another one. We're good, no worries. I think I see some over here.
Hey, who are you pushing?
Alright, I'm forgetting something for sure. Let's swap over to this space next. Ooh, that looks good. Getting some damage in there. Alright, so because I'm focusing so much on what I'm saying, but yeah, this right here that I'm playing right now is more than enough proof that we definitely have way more technology than they're telling us. The Nintendo 3DS itself, have you ever seen, I'm speaking to you right now, viewer, have you ever seen Resident Evil Revelations on Nintendo 3DS? That itself proves how freaking powerful this thing is. Like, imagine that's the Nintendo 3DS, and that is gorgeous on there, right? That could even compare, believe it or not. It's a lower resolution because it's Nintendo 3DS, but when it comes to things like graphical details and stuff like that, it's comparable to this. That's a Capcom game as well, but Capcom is well known for their graphics like for years now, but still, that was a Nintendo 3DS that I've been playing that on, and that was crazy. So imagine this, got it into overheat.
Take this.
I think we got this, man. Oh, boom.
This ain't over yet.
Right. I know. Dodge again. Alright. So, when you think about it, we had the 3DS, then we had the Switch, right? The 3DS technically in the Wii U, then the Switch, then this. So, the amount of power that this thing is packing right now, exactly. You gotta press both analogs in. Okay. When the hacking gauge fills, the Diana's ability overdrive protocol can be activated. When used, it opens nearby enemies, immobilizes them briefly, and deals damage. The gauge fills by hacking. Press in the left analog and press in the right analog when the hacking gauge is full to activate. When the hacking gauge fills, the Diana's ability overdrive. So it just shows, yeah.
Where did that come from? Yeah, not bad.
Yeah, I know. Ah. Get this. dang it. Alright, so I gotta do that again. Alright. Come on, you piece of shit. Ah, dang it. Gotcha again. So more than likely, especially in these days, the Switch 1 Lite, the Switch Lite did amazingly well, but I've just got a feeling that the Switch 2 Lite is gonna be even more. Like, people are gonna see that we live in those times. Like, what is the sense of having? Some people might even literally say, "What is the sense of having a TV in my house when I have a system that could do everything I want?" Why did I even put my Switch 2 in a dock? This looks amazing in handheld. I was wasting current, I was wasting money. The only thing they're gonna use their TVs for, which they were made for, believe it or not, is to watch a movie on it, watch the news. I think we got it.
Energy levels restored.
Finally, in 40 minutes, this video. Oh, his suit.
Baby, we did it. This is how we say good job.
She never did a high five before, and she was like, I guess this is where she becomes conscious of touch. Her body, she becomes more human, I guess, through her journeys with this guy. So that's it, I think.
All right, time's up, kiddo. Show me what you were working on.
Okay. Here, take a look.
So she drew a picture of herself. And that's not it. That's not all. That says number 7. Let me see. 26 completion time. Yeah, kind of close. Cutting it kind of close, right? So yeah, and then they just give you the full link directly to the eShop if you want to get the game the same second, or you can just press A and continue. So yeah, that was awesome, wasn't it? Right? And this is me playing it. I just have my stand up, this standing up, I have my camera pointed at it, and this is handheld. Believe it or not, this is handheld running on the Nintendo Switch 2. Amazing, isn't it? Right? Right? So that's all I'm getting at. The Switch 2 Lite, you playing games like this, maybe with a slightly better screen, who knows what they do, because it's going to be focused on handheld play. My gosh, that thing is going to make some damn money. Because it's going to be cheaper. It doesn't have, right, so when you put a Switch 2 or a Switch 1 in the dock, it then uses way more power. I think like 50% more. Just so that it could run the higher resolution and keep itself, then it's going to use its fan, the internal fan for the dock and stuff like that, just to keep itself running smoothly. But it's going to be using way more power in dock mode. But when you have a Switch Lite now, or a Switch 2 Lite, it's going to be using less power. It doesn't have to have all the horsepower inside of there, if you get what I'm saying now. And it's going to be cheaper, but with equal quality, or close to equal quality. And a lot of people these days are going to jump at that bargain because, they need money for food. A lot of stuff still needs to be rebuilt and done after what happened in recent years. A lot of places, everyone won't have, and Nintendo is going to get the dang money. So, Nintendo Switch 2 Lite, do not sleep on it. Nintendo, please get on the bandwagon, the Switch 2 Lite bandwagon. Spread it all around. eventually Nintendo's going to notice it's a good idea and go ahead and create one. And then you could have a Switch 2 in your house as well, experiencing all the games that we have. I've got one original Switch 1, you know, but I haven't been using my television for like 2 weeks now or more. And it's not because I don't have the money to pay for the light bill or anything like that. No, that's not the case. Trust me. It's really you don't want the full answer, but no, it's just that I definitely realize like this system is more than good enough, and getting just a bit more when I put it in the TV, just to have it on the big screen, is way healthier to be, you know, not in front of a big large screen every single day for hours. The amount of hours that you put in the video games. I've got a lot of reasons, but what are your reasons if you do get a Switch 2 Lite, if it's created? What are your ideas? You know, you can leave a comment, don't be shy. And at that button that says subscribe if you're new to YouTube and you don't know what that is, because subscribe is used across many companies and many services for paid subscriptions. But that is why I do believe, I say this in every video I can, YouTube needs to change that word to say follow, because it's very misleading. This is nothing you have to pay for. That's why a lot of YouTubers, big YouTubers, you would be surprised that many of their viewers do not subscribe. They just watch because they know nothing about the subscribe button and they don't even click on it. All right? But it is a follow button. All you're doing is being notified. There's nothing to pay there. There's nothing to subscribe to. There's nothing to sign into. You just follow my channel and you'd be notified automatically whenever I upload new videos. That's all that is. So I am wondering why YouTube never does it. And I'm speaking to you directly, YouTube, please. There's AI now. I know there are things videos can be listened to. And yeah, things that I'm going to make videos on in a few weeks maybe. It depends on how things go. All right. So yeah, that button definitely needs to be changed to follow YouTube. Please do it. All right. So remember to leave a like. Click that like button as well. You know that helps out my channel as well, and comment as well as that follow button or subscribe button. It really should be saying follow. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, wherever and whenever you're watching. This has been Mr. Pokemon 907. Until she's just drawing and drawing. Until next upload. Thank you for watching.